Hello everyone! Last video of the set of 4 today, so you can see my look from previously. This was the blue color pop from the Distortion palette, and you can see by this point I have taken off a lot of makeup today, and I'm going to put on one more set. But I do want to share with you for a moment what I use to take off my makeup. It depends on what I'm doing. But today, if I'm using just the Urban Decay shadow and the primer potion, I would use Almay's Makeup Free Zone Makeup Remover Wipes. These would be for my non-waterproof, so that would be just the shadow. And these guys are awesome. They're just little pads about $1/2 size, and they're great for just little areas of the face. And then if I'm going to do waterproof just eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Almay Eye Makeup Remover Pads in waterproof, and these guys are really nice because they have cucumber and aloe vera in them, so especially if you're wearing makeup for a long day and you've got allergies, they really help take care of your eye at the same time. These guys are awesome. If I'm taking off a whole face, because sometimes you just need to take off your face and restore it at the same time, then I use these Neutrogena ones. They have them in different flavors. I like the Night Calming because it smells like lavender and chamomile, and it's really peaceful. And these guys also take off waterproof everything. So these are great for the mascara, these are great for the liner, and these guys are super duper gentle. You don't have to rub, and I love these. That's why I was able to take off my Urban Decay in one swipe. Especially with the pads and these wipes. Urban Decay, especially with the primer potion, will stay on all day, but if you have a good makeup remover, one swipe. That's the nice thing with the way Urban Decay has designed their stuff. It works really well when you go to take it off with a good makeup remover. It just melts like butter. It's wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our last look of the day. And with this look, I'm using the Naked 3 palette. I love this one for simple and just everyday looks. This one is, I'll show you the inside because just so many beautiful natural shades that you could use for everything from just a peaceful peachy eye to a really dark glam look that we're going to do today. And so the colors that I'm using are on my arm. They're on the left-hand side here, so I'm going to go ahead and walk through them so that you can see. We're going to go from top to bottom here. So we're using Trick, and then we're using Darkheart. And I love this one because it's got a gold sparkle on top of a black, which really will accent Trick. And then we have Factory, which is going to go in our crease. It's kind of a warm brown layered with a gray sparkle. And then we have this guy, which is Limit. That's going to go on our brow bone. So this is just a 4-toned look, but I like using Limit because it's got pink and cream tones, and it will go with most skin tones. If you want something a little darker, you have plenty of choices in this palette as well. You could also use any of the other Naked palettes and do a look similar to this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put Limit on my brow bone, and then I'm going to go ahead and do Trick first, just to make sure that I carry some of that shimmer into my crease. And Trick is really nice because it will pop with any other color that you use. Again, for me with hooded eyes, taking it up into my crease, make sure that I get good coverage. Really, really super duper important. And with everything that I do, I use that Urban Decay primer potion because it helps keep my shadow in place and it's not going anywhere. It's one of the things that I love about that. That was one of the first Urban Decay products that I discovered, and I've never been without it since I discovered it. This is Factory in the crease here. A little messy. Just clean up as you go. I know sometimes when you're doing too many things, as sometimes I tend to do, just clean up as you go. Not a big deal. If you get it on your lid, when you're doing a light look, there's a little trick that I'll show you here. It's a clean brush. So if you get a darker color on your lid while you're layering and you don't intend to, take your brow bone color and just clean up your area. This is something that I do last, but it's always a good tip. So if you're getting a little wild, or your eyeliner gets a little wild, especially if you're using liquid liner, use your brow bone color to help clean up after you. And if you've got any under eyeshadow that you're using that gets a little wild and you don't have time to clean it up, you can also use the lightest color in your palette. It's usually going to be a white or a skin tone depending on which one you've chosen. In this case it would be Strange, and you can also use that underneath if you don't have your under eye concealer with you. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and use Darkheart. Now with this one, make sure that you wipe the excess off into your palette, because this one is super duper intense, and if you're not ready for it, it's going to be all over your cheekbone. And with this one, I'm going to take it up to my crease and really just give that nice little stripe of color. In this one, I'm structuring like a smoky eye. I'm going to take my inner corner and get it as close as I can. Leela Ami actually did a similar look to this, but she did it with the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil, and she did it with the black pencil. So you can do this with a pencil, but you can also do it with the shadows as well. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and use my black liquid liner, and this is my Perversion liner. And I like lining this one so that it connects those colors. And again, following my shape that I've created. You don't have to go all the way up because this one goes rather far, but it gives me a nice clean solid line. Structure it. And I've always liked a 1940s cat eye because it's just a nice strong firm lift to the eye. And that way you can see there's my built dark smoky cut crease. I'm sorry, not cut crease. My pop of color with the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. So we have Naked 3 palette on this side, and then we have the Distortion on this side. So I'll show you those palettes again. This is Naked 3. So we used Darkheart on the outer corners. We used Factory in our crease. We used Trick on our lid. And then we used Limit on our brow. For Distortion, we used 5.0. 5.0 on our lid. And then we used Old Smoke as our smoky accent here. And then we used Shag as our crease right here. And then we used Shifty as our brow bone. And then we used Space in order to give us this nice sweet pastel overtone. We used that over 5.0 and over Old Smoke. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.